What's Gucci, everybody? It's AJ here again, and I want to continue my talk about structures, or in short, in C, struct, the struct type. And as we learned, you can declare a pointer of the same type of the structure within the structure, and that you can use the arrow operator to reference variables within the structure if you're using a pointer, if you're referencing it through a pointer. Now, there are some other cool things that you can play around with a structure, such as having structures point to other structures to somehow link them together if you know about a linked list. So what I'm going to be showing in this tutorial is that I'm going to make another structure player, and I'm going to name it Robin. Might as well get the whole gang here. I'm going to initialize it 33. Let's make it R. And let's see, instead of null, let's make the pointer the address of Alfred. So Robin contains a pointer variable, a pointer that points to Alfred, and Alfred contains a pointer variable that points to nothing, null. And I have a struct pointer, a pointer to a struct titled Batman, and it points to Alfred. So one thing I'm going to show here is the power of having a pointer variable to the same structure in C. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to show you how to loop through things that are pointed together in structures. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to declare a for loop with the braces first. I don't need an initializer because my initializer is Batman I'm going to use, and I'm going to state my condition after the first semicolon, and it's going to be Batman as long as Batman does not equal null, and I'm going to have my increment condition, as I like to think about it, and I'm going to have Batman equals Batman. I'm going to use the arrow operator, the next pointer. So each time, Batman. Each time the for loop runs, I'm going to increment, I'm going to increment Batman to the next pointer of the structure it's currently pointing to. So it will advance until it reaches null. Now currently, what I'm doing here is, and also I'll move up this print statement to the for loop. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to print out the numbers of Alfred and Robin in one for loop. Now, in this case scenario, Batman is pointing to Alfred, and Alfred's pointer is not pointing to anything. It's pointing to null. So if I run this now, it will simply print out Alfred's number C and then terminate. And as you can see, when I run this, it prints out 12. Now, what do I do if I want to link Robin and Alfred together? Well, what I could do is I could get rid of this null and put the address of Robin in, and I want to now go to the Robin structure, my bad, and make that null so that it's not a loop where now I need to put this declaration below this declaration so Alfred knows about Robin. And so if I want to make sure one of these is null, because if Robin were connected to Alfred and Alfred were connected to Robin, it would create an infinite loop because they would just keep on going through each other and it would not finish. It would be one thing connected to other and one thing connected to other, and it would always be able to find the next path, and it would just kind of create a circle that would infinitely loop. So in this scenario, with the Batman pointer pointing to Alfred now, this for loop will run, and it's pointed at Alfred, so it will print out the dereference of whatever it's pointing to's number, so in this case 12, and then it will advance. Batman will then be pointing to the pointer of Alfred, which is Robin, and then it will print out Robin's number R, and let me put a new line character just so it's easier to read, and then it will move to Robin's pointer, which is null. So then Batman will be equal to null, And since Batman will be equal to null, this for loop will not run anymore. And so when I run this, boom, 12 and 33. And that is indeed what happens. Now, I hope you can type this out yourself and you understand it. I will be starting to upload this code to GitHub. I already have something about structures on it, and I'll try to upload this as well. And basically, I'll just include a link where you can look at this code as well, if you don't know what GitHub is. And yeah, so as you can see, if I made more structures, I could kind of link them all together, which is really cool, using this for loop. And that's pretty cool. And we're not going to look at this YouTube upload. And that's basically a lot about structures. There are some other things I want to go over too, but they will be covered in later tutorials. I hope you guys have a great